What's good, internet? Another week down, and therefore another video to be made. Like I said, trying my best to stick with this pattern, one video every week, and see if that's a good rate for me to pump out content with the time that I have. Something that's been weighing on my mind heavily this past week that I really wanted to do a video on is relationships, both romantic and platonic. The overall theme, I guess, is disconnecting to reconnect. In my previous video, I was talking about all the changes that have happened in my life over the past few months, and especially within the last 30 days. Within that time frame, there's been, or even the last year, and in the last month, sorry, trying to gather my thoughts on the spot. Especially within the last couple of months or so, but also over the last year, I've both lost friendships, but also gained friendships. Some friendships have become even stronger ever since I moved across an entire state to a new area to be around new people in a fresh environment. And so the first subject on disconnecting to reconnect is creating distance sometimes leads to a stronger connection. When I moved across the state, I knew that I was gonna miss people in my home city, but I didn't know how much the bonds were gonna grow stronger after I moved. It was weird. Honestly, I'm in contact with a lot of them through messaging and social media a lot more than I was when I actually lived there, which is weird. Yeah, and then some of the people that I moved towards in the new city, I honestly feel more disconnected with them than I did when I was further away. So it kind of did the opposite of what I was intending. But I think it was honestly a blessing in disguise, because it's showed me that distance doesn't necessarily mean connection. Connection comes through just the way that people treat you and interact with you. And if people are treating you or interacting with you in a negative way, or if they just don't interact with you much at all, then there's evidence there to support the fact that, the friendship or connection was never really valued in the first place. And it's the past week, especially from recording my last video, it's been pretty tough mentally and emotionally. I've always considered myself a pretty extroverted person, but I'm realizing that, especially when I'm in a new environment with almost all new people, and no real direction on where to look for those good connections, where to look for, the good people, the people to make solid connections with. It's kind of up to me to figure that out. It's it's a little overwhelming, not gonna lie, and I've learned a lot about myself, and I'm also trying to currently push through a lot of mental hurdles that have come up in the past couple of weeks that I've been struggling with really bad. Hopefully the lowest of my low points has been this past week, and things are starting to look up. I think starting from a couple of days ago, I'm starting to finally get comfortable, slowly branch out, just, get my stuff figured out with connections. And segueing off of that, the next subject is some go and some stay. Do what feels right. And because things can, friendships and relationships can change quick, depending on events that happen, how situations play out. One person can do something that sets off the rest of the group. And if you're kind of the bystander in that group, then sometimes it becomes difficult to know like which side to be on, even though it's not really taking sides. It's more of just your perspective and your opinion of the situation, and that opinion may oppose the opinions of others within your group. But you shouldn't change what you believe just because, you shouldn't change what you believe about a situation or a person just because someone else thinks otherwise. That's your opinion, and it's okay to have that. And if someone can't see through like their own clouded judgment of somebody, then that's not on you. That's on them for not taking in the full picture. There's been a couple of situations that have happened within the past couple of months with the people that I moved closer to, which have led to relationships, both platonic and romantic, being strained. And it's been very, very tough for some of those people to see eye to eye on each other's decisions for their lives. But that's when the concept of duality comes into play, which is essentially understanding that other people can make their own decisions in their lives, and whether you agree with them or not, you can still be their friend. You can still be there for them, and you can still show them support and say, okay, look, the way you're going about this, I don't fully agree with. However, I do hope that it has the most positive outcome for you, because we're all different. We all make our own decisions, and that's what makes us all human, unique individual humans at the end of the day. And so, just like and we all have different upbringings, right? Different upbringings, different environments, cultural influences that have shaped how we operate and our opinions as people. So if you're ever faced with like a tricky situation where you're not sure what to do or whose quote unquote side to take, I would suggest I would say honestly, take your side. take your own side, because whatever opinion you have of the situation, you're the person that you have to live with 24/7. Like your brain, your thoughts, your personality, your opinions, you have to live with that 24/7. You don't get a break from yourself. So, trust your gut. I've been trusting my gut a lot, especially being in a new city with new everything. I've had to basically fuck around and find out. And sure, I've already been in some weird situations, or some situations that I didn't feel fully comfortable, but that's okay, because that's called experience, and that's what you learn from, right? You learn from maybe not making the best choice right off the bat, but you learn from that, and you think, oh, okay, when I made this decision last time, it went this way, and that wasn't great, so let's do it again differently next time. And yeah, just do what feels right. Like whatever your gut feeling is, just go with that. Go with that gut feeling. A very close friend of mine, and actually my ex-roommate, her and I have been talking a lot lately about just the things that both of us have overcome in the last 30 days as individuals with our own situations. It's been a tough 30 days. It's been a really tough 30 days, but we're honestly glad that it's been such a tough 30 days, because we've learned a lot about ourselves. We've learned a lot about how we handle things as our own people. And we've learned that, like, even if someone doesn't agree with what you're doing, you don't have to live your life based upon their opinions and suggestions. You can do your own thing. Like, if real friends that actually have your back, yes, they're going to show you some tough love if they disagree with you, but they're also not going to abandon you high and dry. And so that leads me into the last tidbit, which I kind of started touching on, but it's just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Ever since moving to this new city, I have been scared or apprehensive to take jumps, like socially. I've been scared to put myself out there because of things from my past that have carried with me to today. A lot of like, if I'm not in a super energetic environment and I'm around new people, I tend to have bad social anxiety, but I mask it incredibly well. And it makes it to where like that gut feeling that I have, right, of just like, oh man, like I really want to approach this person, or like I want to get to know this person. I don't act on that feeling because of anxiety and apprehension. But that's something that my ex-roommate and I have been, once again, we've been talking about it a lot. Whenever you feel that natural kind of gut butterfly feeling of like, I need to do this, whether it's going to an event, not feeling like your job situation is where you need to be, pursuing a romantic interest, or just connecting with a new group of people. If it feels like in your gut that's what you're supposed to do, then trust it. The worst thing that can happen is that stuff just doesn't work out. Or, you just get politely rejected by somebody, or get told like, we're not about it, and that's okay. That's what I've been learning, is that it's okay. Not everybody is there to be in your life. Not all 8 billion humans on the planet are here to be in your life. There's going to be a lot of people that your intuition is going to tell you to like not mess with. Going with the flow is definitely a big one. When I'm not, for me personally, when I'm not thinking about it, right? When I'm not thinking about how I'm acting and I'm just there in the moment, I feel so much better. As soon as I start thinking about how people are seeing me, that's when I freeze up. That's when I'm like, oh no, am I presenting myself in a good way? And that's when it breaks. And that's something that I'm currently working on changing. We're with all the cuts and everything, we're probably approaching the 12 to 13 minute mark. So week 2, disconnecting to reconnect. And also, as a side note, ever since I moved out of my ex-roommate's place, the situation just did not work out for various reasons. But ever since then, honestly, like things for both her and I have taken a very interesting turn in a good way. The rough situation we were going through for the past 3-ish months honestly kind of like made us see different sides of each other really quickly, and it showed us a lot about each other. So it honestly made us stronger that we had that rough time, and then the separation and some time apart. So I'm honestly thankful that things happened the way that they did. Yeah, thanks for sitting in on my one-way therapy session again. It's literally just a one-way therapy session with me looking at the comments afterwards. Also, if you guys have if you guys resonate with anything that I ever talk about, or if you have opposing opinions to anything that I talk about, let me know in the comments. Comment down below. And this is just me talking. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this stuff. I'm honestly enjoying doing it. It's nice to just kind of sit down for a minute and just kind of talk life events out and thoughts out. So hopefully you guys had a good week, and hopefully we'll have a good week coming up. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Tonic out.